What is up and welcome back. Here we are. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're well. Cbash31, thank you for tuning in. Guys, we are literally witnessing a great time to be alive, and I'm so happy that you're here with me. We are on the 25th anniversary on September 9th, 1999, guys. The Sega Dreamcast was released. Now, I remember where I was at that time in my life, being a teenager, and where I am now. And you know what? That's what has made me the person I am today. Just kind of dealing with a lot of stuff growing up and being through those moments. Those moments define you. You remember great times in history and historic times for technology. And I think we're all in here together for a reason. The release of the Sega Dreamcast, it essentially took arcade power, right? You didn't see graphics like that at home until the Sega Dreamcast was released. And Sega had been dealing with some very tough times and trying to figure out how to make themselves the go-to, the initial focal point of what the advanced console was. And that's what the Dreamcast was. And it was a real bummer when it came out and went through everything. I'm a big PlayStation guy, but the PS2 killed the Dreamcast. It just absolutely obliterated it because of the inclusion of the DVD player and everything that Sony was able to offer in the PlayStation 2. Well, long story long, Dreamcast 2 was basically Xbox from the controller and everything else that it did, very similar to the game offerings. But it's not going to take us away from appreciating the 25-year anniversary of this thing dropping. So when I've been doing this little, Resident Evil series with you guys and dropping the non-DualShock version of Resident Evil 1 and thinking, what am I going to do next? Resident Evil 2 Dreamcast was right there on the list. What they were able to do on this disc and basically present the PC version on console and everything that was tied into it, I was stoked to be able to say, this is the version of Resident Evil 2 I want to give you fans and you fans of the channel, this version of the game. So here we are. We're dealing with our final part of this series, guys. It's insane to me to think not only have we done Claire B, Leon A, and Claire A, and we're now hitting Leon B. I'm fired up. I am absolutely fired up because we've turned these into no save runs, which are incredible, to go through this and just have the gusto to go through it without saving. And that's okay. Like, there's a lot of Resident Evil professionals out there that just crush it. And I am so proud of those people and the speedrunners and everything else. I'm so proud of you all that this community has that level of interaction in it. That fires me up. Me personally, I am such a completionist on this stuff. I want to do all the little things. I want to pick up all the files and do everything else. We'll get to speedruns on the channel. Don't worry. We're going to hit that point. I promise you. This right now, the vanilla runs, but doing it no save A rank, has actually been a labor of love for me, and that is what keeps me going on this, to find out that some of you have not only tuned in, but then have liked and subscribed. It makes me so content to know that the fans also appreciate just someone out there playing this stuff and playing it on the original hardware. And we talk about original hardware, it's 25 years old. The Dreamcast was so ahead of its time. Not only did it have a network adapter connected to it, it also had a broadband adapter that they also released. This thing, I've been a big fan. I'm sad that it died the way it did, but to go back and be able to be on this VMU screen and see all these Capcom icons, it makes me realize one thing. Not only were we blessed as fans of this console, we were blessed by the fact that Capcom supported the hell out of it. And literally, they gave them one entire game just for this console, and that was Code Veronica. what Capcom went through to make sure that Resident Evil 1 was released on the Sega Saturn, it was the same kind of magic they had to work to make sure that Resident Evil 2 was released on the GameCube on that cart. To put Resident Evil 2 on that cartridge was an act of magic. And the fact that they did it is so damn impressive. Then they doubled down, guys. They doubled down and they did Resident Evil on Sega Saturn prior to that. And that was a huge just win for Capcom. So when it came time for the Dreamcast to release and Sega told Capcom, hey, we're going to release this console that is an absolute dynamo. It is going to set the world on fire with what it can do. And it did. It did for a short period of time, but it did do it. And you know what? Bless the damn Dreamcast for being itself on this 25th anniversary to be able to be like, they made Code Veronica specifically for us. That's amazing. In a time when Capcom was being stretched in all these different directions and Nintendo, who had Shinji Mikami by his hand, they were placating him and being like, we are making the most high-profile console that you are ever going to see, Shinji, and we need you to specifically make games for our console. And Capcom went and did it. And to their chagrin, let me tell you something. By the time Resident Evil 4 was released and the sales numbers were what they were, that's why you saw that that quick turnaround say, you know what? We're actually going to release that on PlayStation 2 also. And that went against everything Shinji had said and agreed to with Nintendo, that it was going to be the exclusive powerhouse. And the Nintendo GameCube is an exclusive powerhouse, but they were not able to deliver the sales numbers. Hence, Resident Evil 4 being released on PlayStation 2 months after its initial release on GameCube. Here we are now, but we're taking a step back, a step to the past on the 25th anniversary of the release of the Sega Dreamcast, playing on the original hardware. Resident Evil 2, guys. This is the final scenario of this series to do Claire B, Leon A, and Claire A, and now to hit Leon B. The B scenarios are my least favorite. I just kind of really dig the way A flows, but we're going to do it, and we're going to do it the way we've been doing it the whole way, and that's just no save runs. Let's just keep balling out. Let's keep having fun. Hit the chat. Hit the likes, hit the subscribes. Let's do this damn thing. And you know what? This is, I was asked on the last live stream, hey, Seabash, what's your favorite Resident Evil? Like, what is it? And it hits hard for me. It really does hit hard because Resident Evil, for me, is almost a baptism by fire in the gaming community for me. And once I got into these games, they were just so damn involved. Then to be able to pick them up and play them, it felt so good to be there and then to get into these. And that's kind of how I started off. And Resi 1, that was a lot to deal with, but it wasn't until Resi 2 on my OG PS1 where I got into it and I said, you know what, I'm just doing it. And I just balled out on this game and became kind of obsessed. So here we go. Leon B. Here's the DeLorean, guys. It's not a Cybertruck. That's a DeLorean. You've seen Back to the Future. There's tons of Back to the Future references in these games. And let's get in the back alley of that damn police station. That's a good thing about the B scenario because we do the costume runs. So in the A scenarios, we don't pick anything up. We just don't do it because we want those costumes. We want Brad Vickers to spawn. So when we get to the B scenario, we just rock this out. Let's get that key. Cabin key is now ours. Thank you very much. Look at this jabroni. He was like, I know the screen didn't change yet, so I'm coming to bite you in the face, Leon. Leon's like, I don't got time for that because I just did my hair. So here we go. We're going to power through and power on. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Let's do this damn thing. So with Leon's B scenario, we can start picking up items from the get-go. We're ready here. We don't have to deal with kendo. So as we're grabbing some of this stuff, it's easy to realize we're never going to be back in this area. So get what you can. There's no need to over-focus on what you're doing. And that's our objective right now. We're heading upstairs. I will say in the B scenario, this whole initial section is so much easier to deal with than getting to Kendo Gun Shop and getting to the RPD from the back area. A lot of these cutscenes I'm just going to skip. Do not be offended when I do so. It's nothing against the community. I just want to keep things moving. We'll see some of it. The reason I'm watching this specifically is this guy right here. He actually burns my loins. I've never been more disappointed in a Resident Evil character as I am with this guy right now. This guy really annoys the piss out of me because not only can he not hit a zombie in a critical area, he takes out the helicopter, has this happen, and literally ruins everything for everybody. So shout out to him for being a disappointment. We are going to do everything he can do, and that is called being successful. So that's our game plan. So clearly, we'll come back here when we have the valve handled. B scenario. B scenario. Let's keep it moving. I do have to do one thing real quick. Turn that vibration on. Shout out to Retro Fighters. I am on their wireless controller, and I absolutely love it. I've been using it from the jump. And if you haven't already, if you have retro consoles and you want to ask yourself, is there a good wireless option for this? There is, and it's Retro Fighters. They are absolutely awesome in what they do. So highly recommended. We're going to run by these crows real quick. They're going to try to give Leon a kiss. Let's see if I can make it, guys. Oh, made it to the door. Not nice. But we're there. We're through it. And here we go. Enter the RPD. Oh! That liquor has a bad attitude. We're not even going to interact with it. We're just running straight in. So yeah, right now I'm going to grab this ink ribbon despite not saving, just so I can organize my item box, as I want to tell any newcomer to the series or to my channel, if you're not speedrunning, this is the way, guys. This is the actual way to do it. Okay? At least for me. I'm a believer. I'm a believer in doing things. That rocket launcher is in there for a reason. That's because we get A ranks. We are going to do ink ribbon, weaponry, and then healing items. We don't need to worry about that just yet, so that's getting dropped off as well. Let's keep moving. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody is having a great week. Happy September. I know we're all out there fighting and doing our own battles in life, but just know you're in a friendly space, and thank you all for being here and jumping on the live stream. This channel started off as a labor of love. We've continued to just punctuate all the content. And here we are. So I will show you a couple things that give you kind of heads ups if you've never played these before. Run past that zombie. A little bit of nonsense here. We need that unicorn medal, guys. We need to get that unicorn medal. He's dead now. We're going to grab that. We need this downstairs to get our first key. So don't worry about it. The biggest thing with playing any of these classic games, the camera is as much of an enemy as the enemies are themselves. So be sure to always give yourself a clear vision. Like, this guy's still alive. No need to take hit points from us. We're going to see that and take him out. So now that that's done and we have the metal, we're going to know this is electronically locked. We can't access it. And we're going to go down this ladder. And we're going to get our first key. That's our plan. So yeah, it's kind of funny as I'm showing off the Dreamcast jewel case of Resident Evil 2. One thing I do want to tell the community is, as we pick up our shotgun here, you know, Shinji Mikami, as he made magic happen for this game, because he literally made magic happen after Resident Evil 1.5 was then delayed and then going to be released on time. He got a call from Capcom. Capcom calls him up. He's got his buddy on the phone. He hears his voice. You know what he does? He hangs up on him. And he hangs up on him because he's like, this game has been in absolute turmoil. There can't be anything else to happen to make its release come out later. So what's he do? He hangs up. So then the other individual on the phone comes and finds Shinji Mikami and says, hey, that game you're working on, that sequel to Resident Evil 2, I know we've been trying to make it ship on one disc. Guess what? We're going to take out Brad Vickers here. Goodbye, Brad. Thank you so much. Brad is not subscribing to the channel because he has no head. But Mikami, what's he find out? Why are they calling him about his game? What is the problem? Well, the problem is that Resident Evil 2 cannot ship on one disc. So a game that was then delayed for a year now has to be shipped on 2 discs. And his ass is burning. And he's fired up. And he's upset. But as that's happening, Resident Evil Director's Cut is being readied to ship. And he's like, okay, well, you know what? Here's what we're going to do, guys. We are going to release Resident Evil Director's Cut. This is the non-DualShock version with a demo disc of Resident Evil 2. And that allowed you to play this game up until the S.T.A.R.S office. And it was wild. When you got to the S.T.A.R.S office, it was Ada Wong waiting for you, not Claire. And it kind of gave fans that taste of where the game was going. And this is after everything that they did with Resident Evil 1.5. So you know for an industry when they already know how much they're going to spend to have to put that extra bit of money into it. It was pretty impressive, honestly. And they released a great product, an absolute banger of a product. So shout out to them and to create something that was so worthwhile that it got everybody interested. So from here, we have nothing to do here. We're going to run away from the liquor hallway where the helicopter crashes, and we're going to go back where the crows are and go down below and start unlocking some doors and doing exactly what we need to do. We put the herb away because we're going to get green herbs right here. This game is wild, kind of the way it kept some of the assets and then rolled out totally new ones. Which, to me, I got to be honest, I think that's damn impressive. To kind of start working on something and then say, this is shit and I'm going to delete it. To then keep some of it and say, you know what, maybe some of this is salvageable. And is the reason from the jump with the Resident Evil games, Capcom has been doing something really amazing for a while. And that is spending money on new games while also reusing some of the stuff from those games that they're making to be able to take those assets and reuse them and take that money that you spent creating them on experiences that are going to be new to the player. You know, if we see a desk as the player and we're like, oh, that was from this game, it doesn't really take you out of it. You might realize it and see it. Maybe you don't see it on the first playthrough. Maybe you see it on the second or third. But the fact that that was something the developer said, oh shit, like that, we can give them Resident Evil 1 Remake if we reuse some of this stuff from Castle Dimitrescu. You know, which when I first entered those areas, that's exactly where my head went, and I said to myself, we are so getting Resident Evil 1 Remake. And I think we still are. Oops, I fucked that up. So that's 2236. I was a little quick on the draw there and hit 4 instead of 3. Get those shoddy shells. Get that map. Just keep buzzing. Yeah, but if you played Resident Evil Village and didn't see some similarities where you said to yourself, you know, this might actually make it into a Resident Evil remake, then you're not paying close enough attention. And that's no dig on you. It's not like you did something wrong and people are upset with you because you didn't realize it. It's just that's how Capcom goes about making these games. So it just makes sense for them to create stuff and then to also be like, oh, that's on me. But to say we can reuse this, and to reuse something is just being smart. You know? Everybody wants to talk about going green, you know, reuse, recycle type stuff. Well, that's how you go about that. You spend money on assets and you say to yourself, why would we spend money creating this if we're only going to use it once? So you reuse it a couple times. And that's exactly what they did. So he's toast. There's a lot of death in this hall, guys. And that's just us. That's exactly what we're doing. In these no save runs, never be upset about taking damage and immediately using healing items. So right there, I came out. I wasn't exactly, I'm not going to say I was ill prepared, but I wasn't as prepared as I should have been. So we're using that healing item now. Just one solo green herb. Use it now. And we'll save those additional herbs for later. Now the big thing, our boy here, look at him. He's hungry. You see him on the other side of the screen? He's just waiting for us to run on the other side, but we're not going to do that. No, no, no. We're going to go up here. We're going to use the valve handle. Use the valve handle, extinguish the fire, and then we can go back in the other room. Go take care of that. What is our inventory space? Not enough right now to grab any more additional herbs, so we're going upstairs. Let's keep moving and grooving. Yeah, Resident Evil 2, after 1.5 was happening and things were really hitting the fan and they had to kind of decide on the fly what was going to go on with Resident Evil, Capcom saw so much hope in the franchise because after Resident Evil 1 came out and it sold as well as it did, they're like, this is going to be our franchise that is our kind of storyteller franchise. Because if you think about it, Capcom was known for like brawlers and beat-em-ups and all that stuff. To have a franchise that's actually telling a story, and when you've sold well, to let people know like this is it, they were not giving up on Resident Evil. And when you had a product that you could have rushed out the door that was Resident Evil 1.5 and they said no, that just kind of goes to show you what Capcom had in mind for the Resident Evil series from the beginning. And it was just like, I think this could be a big deal. And it did. It became a great big deal. So big of a deal that after they remade the game prior to release and after the 1-year hiatus, you know what they did? They spent $5 million on an advertising campaign. That's what Capcom did. $5 million back in the late 90s to advertise Resident Evil 2. So they went for it, and I think it was success. So here's our boy. Mr. X is popping through to say hello. Without a hat on. So this scenario is always fun with Leon to deal with our good boy, Mr. X. And in the concept art, they actually had this guy rocking different types of weaponry. And you have to think that that was kind of then saved for Nemesis. And we were left with this. It's a fist-fighting, ground and pound son of a bitch. I'll take a knock here. Let's go ahead and reload. So important doing things the way we did them. To have that ammo. Did we really use everything? Watch this. Let's see if I can get around. Nope. There you go. Now he's down. Not bad. We'll take it. One punch for Leon. Our shotgun ammo is extinguished, but hold on. What do we have here? Handgun rounds. We'll take them because we just doubled up our handgun rounds. So that's it. Our first interaction with Mr. X. He is toast. So say goodbye to that trench coat wearing son of a bitch. He's down. Let's keep it on. And this is the moment, the first time you play this game, to see him get back up. You're like, well, now what? And you don't know where he's going to go. And they use that then later on with Nemesis and Resident Evil 3 to keep you on your toes so much that literally when these first came out, you never feel safe. You just never feel comfortable playing these because you just don't know, especially playing back then, where these creatures are going to come out of. So it's very intense. Should we skirt past the liquor just for fun? We don't have the gems yet, but should we do it? You guys want me to do it, don't you? We're not doing it. We shouldn't have done it, guys. Why did you talk me into doing it? I'm just kidding. All right, we had to get in there to reset the room. It's all good. No big issue here. Let's go down below and keep things moving. We have literally no shotgun shells. But it's okay. We dealt with Mr. X once. We're going to keep it moving. We're doing our thing. I will say these environments in these games compared to the remake, you know, I know the scary thing is always making things dark, and I get that. I'm not like against it by any means. I'm not telling you, oh, like it's got to be bright. But I think there's a certain kind of charm in these games for the brightness while you're playing it and just seeing like what all the areas look like. It's, to me, I really think it kind of brings out a certain level of conveying the environment where the game is telling you, you might be okay being here, but once you exit, you're not going to be okay. And I think that is really the foundation of any Resident Evil game. And the environments themselves become their own characters. And that's huge. You have to survive the actual situation you're in and what's around you to really feel safe. And I think they crush that in this game. Especially going from what was presented to you in Resident Evil 1. That was such a grand slam of a title. To then do Resident Evil 2 and be in this scenario and in these environments, and just to feel as uncomfortable as these games make you feel, they hit a home run in this game, in my opinion. So yeah, B scenario, we have the additional liquor in this room. So we're going to leave and come back because I came in running, so we're going to walk. We're not going to hold the run button down. Look at Leon looking. Get these bullets, and then we're running on out of here. Oh, give me a kiss. Liquor's like, I just want to give you a kiss. And I'm like, I don't like you. You're not my friend, Liquor Face. So that's cool. We were waiting until we hit caution to take that herb. Now we're using that herb. Now we're going to have to do what we got to do. And I kind of jammed us up a little bit by not going after those clowns. So let's go do it now. Our inventory, it is what it is, guys. There's nothing you can do. When you do these runs and you're playing it a certain way, you just got to buck up sometimes. And this is our moment to do just that. So now that we've used the one herb, we're going to grab the other herb right here. Oops. That was not what I was trying to do. If this was GOG, I could at least skip that door animation, but sadly we are on the original hardware on the Dreamcast, so we have to watch every damn door animation. So give me that herb. And let's go on up. But we have zero, count them, 0 shotgun shells. So what do we have to do here? We have to do some slick maneuvering to get away from the shit that's waiting for us. So that whole area to our right is dead. We don't have to worry about it. And now we just need to buzz past these liquors in this hallway. Let's see what we can do. Nope. Nope. In we go. Leon goes, thank you very much. I'm out. I don't care what you guys are carrying on about. My name's Leon Scott Kennedy, and I'm number 1. Here's the shotgun shells we needed desperately. There's 7 of those into the inventory. Let's reload. Huge. They're like, there's nothing inside. They love telling you that. And then here it is. Our favorite item in the beginning of the game. Getting that card key is really what sets us apart from success and failure. So we're going to run right by this asshole. Sorry to use the language, but it is what it is. And then we have 2 more jabronis to run by. And we're going downstairs and we're using that card. So ready? Follow me now. Follow me now, guys. That's some shit. That's some shit. Get them into the wall. I did get swiped there. Should not have gotten swiped. That was an area where we don't get swiped. We took 1 hit there. It is what it is. Now we're into the safe room. We're going to use the ladder to go downstairs. But first thing we need to do is check out what is in this inventory. So you know the name of the game here. You know how we do. We'll throw that up top for now. And we're going down. Hope everybody's doing amazing, honestly. I hope you are all having a great time. All my fellow Resident Evil mutuals. Love you guys. I know how much this game means to all of you. And it has such a special spot in my heart for nostalgia. It means the world to me. And we're in this together. We are in this till the end. We are not saving. We're just buzzing through it together. So thank you for being here. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell and get notified. Check out some other content on the channel. Let's unlock some doors, right? That's where I'm going. I'm going in that door right now. So let's do this thing. Off we go. So Leon B, decent scenario, not my favorite by any means, but this kind of is the canon scenario for RE2. And I'm fine with that. It is what it is. Depending on how long you've been here, I gotta be honest, I love going Claire B, Leon A, even though that's not it. That is not the answer. But I don't know. I think there's just something to Claire's level of interaction with Sherry in the B scenario that I like more than the opposite. And that's just me. Give me those bullets. That doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's wrong. And the Spade key is toast. So smash that like button for one of the 4 keys in the RPD being done. Always grab this file. Patrol report is now in the inventory. There's an ink ribbon here, but we're not grabbing it. So if you're watching this and you do the Biorand, if you do a randomizer, knowing where every damn item is so big because you can forget there's a hidden item somewhere. And I don't want to say it locks you, but it's a good way of screwing yourself over. So right here, as we come up and we see a first aid spray up here, guess what? We don't use first aid sprays in this run. There's no first aid sprays. There's no ink ribbons. That's not how we play this game. So you just ignore that shit. This room, pretty much in Leon's B scenario, is a complete waste. There's a file, there's an ink ribbon, and there's a first aid spray. So that means nothing to us. We bypass all that funk. We grab this green herb, and we are moving on to the next area on our way, guys, on our way to the S.T.A.R.S office, where we'll be changing our costume. And if you've ever played Force Survivor, if you make it this far, this is where you deal with the Ivies. They are some jagoffs. The Ivies are actually assholes. We don't like them. And just thinking about them gets me a little fired up, so I don't want to think about them either. I said what I said. It is what it is. Not focusing on that. We're going to grab these bullets over here. We're going to get our first red jewel of the live stream. Let's grab that now. I always think in a non-headcanon way that some cop in the RPD decided to light this fire one day, and this jewel came out, and Chief Iron just shit his pants, and he's like, you can't solve these riddles, son. And he's like, that's why I got multiple prints of this painting. So it's kind of funny. I know this version's different in some similar, like, slightly different ways than others, but in Leon's A or B scenario, there's nothing over there. So you just have to bypass it and just move on. But if you've played this as many times as I have, and you've played all the different versions, it can kind of be sometimes like, are you sure? Are you sure there's nothing there? Right, he's dead. I was worried I didn't get that lifted high enough to get the headshot. So I just blasted them in the tits, but we're out. We're okay. We're moving on. We're gonna get the hell out of here. So let's go. So you deal with those zombies here out there, but in here you have nothing, which is hilarious. B scenario Leon is so weird to me. I don't play it enough when I play these games. It's usually Leon A, clear B, especially if you're playing this digitally. You just pick it up and go, you know? But here we are. We're buzzing through it. And here's the moment I've been waiting for the chat. Now, all of you that are still here and that are watching, you have two options here. I'm leaving it up to you. If you can, please, in the chat, would you rather me go left or right for the costume? I'm leaving this up to you guys. It's where we are in the game. Do you want me to go with Biker Leon, or do you want me to go with Muscles Leon? It's up to you. Please be sure to go ahead and drop that comment in the chat if you are signed in, and let me know, because we're going to change costumes here. So I'm letting y'all have the moment right here and say, you know what, we want this costume. So I'm going to go putz around in the dark room for 1 second. Just going to look at it, and I'm going to say, how come this fan isn't a moving item in these backgrounds? Should have been. So what do you guys think? Do you want me to go left or right in the locker? Do you want me to go biker outfit, or do you want me to go RPD tank top Leon? I'm going to give it a second here. I'll let y'all think on it. I'll see if anybody actually responds. I can see who's watching, who's here. It's up to you guys. You can put a simple L or a simple R in the chat, and I will follow suit. And I'm counting down right now in my head before I make that decision for myself. 10. 5. All right, we're going to go left. No one's posted anything. I'm going left. I'm going with the biker outfit this time around. We did the tank top in the previous live stream, which is not my favorite outfit for Leon in this game. I love the biker outfit with the jeans and the leather jacket. And if my wife was on the chat, she would say right now, that's because you love being in jeans. And you know what? Maybe I do. Maybe I do. And that's my vibe. But Leon looks like a badass here, and it actually matches Claire's outfit. And to see Leon and Claire in the biker outfits is damn badass. So here we are. We got the skull leather jacket on. We got our jeans. We got our boots. We're ready to make some noise, guys. So do his damn thing. And how do we feel? Do we like fighting Mr. X as Leon, or do we like dealing with that as Claire? It's a solid question. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why this is, but I always feel like in my head canon, it's Claire that deals with Mr. X and not Leon. But I'm not really sure why that is. That's just my personal opinion. So here we go. We're getting our second red jewel of the live stream. It's what we do. Wow, did I actually push that close to the wall? That's sad. It doesn't happen too often. Are you shitting me? If I was a speedrunner right now, my ass would be on fire. I'd be so upset. All right, so there's our second red jewel. Grab that, and we're heading to the S.T.A.R.S office. Let's go. I hope everybody is just as fired up as I am. We are moving and grooving on this Dreamcast anniversary of Resident Evil 2. So it's wild. Just let that sink in. Dreamcast has now been out. It's been 25 years since its initial release. And here we are playing one of our favorite Resident Evil 2 versions. It is the Dreamcast version. This asshole's still alive. Because this is basically what is the PC version of the game, but on console. So at the time, this was the premier way to play this game. All right, we're in the S.T.A.R.S office, guys. Here's our Magnum. Gimme. And we gotta check this, obviously. There's a chance it's her boyfriend. We are not going to do the Rebecca hidden film on this run, but we will look at Chris's trophy and the S.T.A.R.S team, and you can find a really awesome version of that online, up-resed, and it looks amazing. So we're out. We are out of the S.T.A.R.S office, and we're moving on. Wait. Leon's like, who's this kid?
Wait.
Look at her. She's going to wiggle her little ass under there. Like, where are you going? But she's like, I left you this key. It's like, thank you for the diamond key, kid. More shotgun shells.
Leon!
Here we go. And this is why it's cool to have these outfits on, because now you have Claire and Leon matching in their biker outfits. Gotta love it.
Have you seen a little girl around here?
Yeah, you just missed her. Who is she?
I don't know. But it's too dangerous for her to stay here alone. Leon, I'll go look for her. You go and find us a way out of here.
Of course. But before I forget, here's a radio.
Here's a radio.
That way we can keep in touch if something comes up.
Now, to be fair, the 64 version had a lot of additional costumes. Alright, so we have the diamond key now. So we can work our way all the way back and use this key for the first time. Because that's where we're heading. Let's go ahead and do that. I think in the S.D. Perry novelizations, they actually use that room off to the side. It's actually in there as something that's accessed, which is pretty cool. Because, you know, as fans, we're kind of always left wondering, well, what the hell was in there anyway? And we don't know, right? We never know. And it's kind of left out there in the open, at least for this release. So, interesting enough, it being utilized in the book. You know what? We want that there. Let's put this up top. Yeah, that's great. So here we go. Let's go see our friend. He's very near and dear to us. Using the diamond key. And if you're new to the game, and if you don't know, Marvin was very special to the Resident Evil community early on, and Capcom took him and made him even more special in the remake, which is awesome. So shout out to them for doing that. Since I grabbed the film, we are going to go back real quick and use that. And once I use that, I'm going to take a quick pause for the cause here on the live stream, because it is what it is. And then we're going to continue on through that door, through that room, and find our friend. And I'm going to bring something up where I'm not entirely sure of. If you pause the game, does it stop the timer? I don't know. So here we go. I'll be right back. Hang on. I told you guys it wasn't going to take long. I am back already. Seabash is back. I'm here for all of you. As you are here for me, I am here for you. Thank you again for being here. Make sure things are looking okay on the live stream. See, my green screen got a little fuss with. This is a solo operation, so it can be a little difficult. But we're not worried about that. I mean, we've survived pandemics, Mr. X, Birkin, all that fun stuff. We got this, right? I'm such a perfectionist. That little bit of area to the right of my boom, I need that covered up. And I'm watching it live, but I can always pull up the OBS to see what it looks like from there. And I think we're clear, guys. I think we're clear to go. So let me switch back over. I know that we've lost a couple people in doing so. But you know what? I apologize. But I do it for the kidneys, so. The kidneys come first, friends. But thank you all. So here we go. Let's keep it rolling. We are enjoying the 25th anniversary of the Sega Dreamcast. I am buzzing along in Resident Evil 2. Once we hit the final tally on the game time, we will know, did me pausing it for that short amount of time, how much did that impact it? We're going to learn. Look how hungry that one zombie was. So, beautiful thing of having the costumes is how fast Leon fires in the standard handgun mode. And I know my brother would say, "Well, you can't pick up those handgun parts. Don't do it." And it's just like, just so you know, I'm going to do it because I like the Matilda. I gotta have it. It just is what it is. It's nothing hateful against you, bud. I just gotta do it. You know. Poor memo to Leon. It's just not good. Another small key. So now that we have the 2 small keys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back towards the secondary hall here. We're going to use one of these, and then we're going to take the other one and go upstairs since we have to head that way anyway, and burn through the second small key. And then it's crazy, essentially, where we're at. Man, those shotgun shells are pretty much spilling outside of that desk. So now where we are, we're pretty much setting ourselves up to heading towards the downstairs area below, where we're nearing Ada Wong and the club key. I'm not making any promises and saying that we are setting any records here, but we are moving at a decent pace, which I'm very happy about. So let's go grab the gun parts, guys. That's next. Handgun parts are going to be mine. It is what it is. Whether you agree with this or not, I agree with it because it's what I want. And if I want it, I'm going for it, and I'm going to get it. Oh, no. And there they are. There's our friends crawling through the windows. We put that cord there earlier in Claire A, and now we're coming through, and they're like, nah, you guys are going to get. So this is one of the moments where I find myself in the B scenario questioning myself because I didn't come from here before, right? And now I did. And I'm stuck like this. It's not the worst because I can do one of 2 things, right? I can go ahead and equip the handgun parts and forego getting a free 18 rounds, or I can buzz all the way around and drop something off in the box before I finish that puzzle. So that's actually what I'm going to do. This is no speed run. We're going to probably finish this in like 2.5 hours. It's just a vanilla run, so we're going to come through here. I just don't like wasting the ability to get a free 18 handgun rounds. It's just not in my... It's not in my person to do that. So we're going to come through here. We're going to make a red and green herb and then dump that off. Like, is this a waste of time? Yes. It sure is. But we're doing it anyway. So we're getting the parts. We're going all the way back to the library. We're going to solve that quick little puzzle. We'll come back through that way, and then we can buzz through the western hallway. Get rid of the diamond key. And then use the heart key. That's where we're at in this game. Woo! Leon's like, that's some shit right there. I honestly think with the zapping system, one of the things they could have done is consistently change some of these puzzles. Like this could have changed. Our first plug. If I can make it around the bookshelf, we're going to go grab that now. Work our way around. Keep this thing moving. So other anniversaries today, we had Final Fantasy VIII also turned 25, which I was a little shocked by. Shout out to that game. And it's also the 29th anniversary for the release of the original PlayStation. So big shout out to the OG PS1. Much love and respect. I'm so over these clowns, and I have so many shotgun rounds. See, that should have hit. So he got us twice, I think, right? But we're going to hop in here. And we know our friend dropped from above earlier. And that is life. We'll deal with them as well. Leon does not have time for this crap. He's like, I found these two gems. And I know this is where they go. I mean, I can't kill you off screen. This is for the damn live stream. You want to, like, crawl around like some Voldo pervert. I got to kill you on the screen here. So we're going to drop these off and get yet another plug, which is amazing. See, at least we know on this version we can skip that because we've seen it before. So we can hit the start button. No need to watch that again. We are now 2 plugs in. That's amazing. Leon needs to quit acting like a wuss. He's okay. He's going to be okay. I promise you he's going to be okay. We're going to exit this room. We're going to drop off that one plug because it has to happen. And then we're going to go downstairs and burn through these last couple keys before we hit the basement area. That's huge. And I like to stash these plugs in a row, just like that. We know we're going to be picking up a green herb in a second, but we're going to go ahead and use one now to get us off of caution. I guess what I can do, honestly, I'll grab those handgun parts out of here, so if I use them, I use them. It's no big deal. I'm going to be on a chaotic ride from now until I get to Nest, and I'm just going to be killing a lot of stuff. So it doesn't really matter to us whether we conserve ammo or not, because now in this game, once you have this amount of shotgun shells, as we've been kind of like holding on to stuff, we've dealt with one Mr. X, and we're just kind of stockpiling ammunition, so it's no big deal. We can kill anything we see, and that's the important part. We're not holding on to things and not trying to have those moments. So. Oh, look at you. Wow. Now's the perfect time, like I said, to kill everything. And obviously, without us changing our costumes yet, Leon doing the gangster fire, he is at a quicker rate of fire right now. So we might as well kill things as we can. How many rounds do we have left? 5 more. That's great. That was our final round in that. So when we combine both the gun parts with the handgun, you're going to get a free 18 rounds out of this. So if you're ever playing this and you wonder how to kind of squeeze some extra bullets out of it, because early on maybe you're missing, maybe you're not just playing this too hot, that's the way to do it. So out we go, and let's keep on moving. We got to kill this diamond key, guys. So that's our current plan. Kill the diamond key. Off we go. Dreamcast release of Resident Evil 2. No more diamond key. In we go. Going to be a little cautious here, but not overly cautious. We know what we need to do. We know how we need to do it. No need to pick up the first aid spray. We are not using those in this round. We're just grabbing that plug, and we're running our asses off right now. They're like, but nothing jumped through. And that is how this game screws with you when you play it and you deal with the zapping system. And we respect the hell out of that. So where are we now? Now we need to go to the back area towards the garage. Honestly, I'm going to dump off this plug, and I'm going to take the time to do it. I don't really care. Again, not a speed run. We're just going to drop this off for our inventory. And then we're going below. We already used that heart key. Never feel like you're wrong taking advantage to where these inventory boxes are when you really have this shit memorized. It's no big deal. So now we're doing it. Hope you guys liked the costume choice. I know I threw it up there. It was in the air as far as what we were going to wear. And we ended up with this. It's actually my favorite as far as Leon's costumes in the OG Resident Evil 2. I love the biker look. I think it matches Claire's look pretty well. Look at this guy. This wants to give me a hug. There are no hugs. And out we go. That's it. Heart key is toast. We have one key left to get. That is the club key. But we're going to deal with life first. That bastard just died on me, didn't he? This is where you have to be careful, because if you don't watch those shots, it's very easy to run into a fallen zombie if they're not dead and just lose that little bit of hit points when you don't expect it. And on a no save run, that can honestly ruin your day. There's no reason to fall victim to that. I love the Matilda. I'm sorry. I know it's not for everybody. I just love that gun. So everybody's wondering, like, well, you know, you put that in there in the A scenario, the cord, and then it died on you. Was that the right move? Well, I'm going to say it is the right move no matter what, because when you're coming through here in B, you have a ton of ammunition to make it through here. And I just feel like in A, see, that's horseshit. That just had to happen. But in A, when you're there, like, that'll get you. You're toast. Alright, we're gonna go make a red green over here. Go grab that now. Let's make that happen. This is the easiest thing when you come out this way. It's not worth your time not to come down here and do that. It's totally worth getting that red-green mix, grabbing it real quick, and getting the hell out of there. Who else is alive over here? Anybody? Is anybody lingering to screw up my fun evening? And the answer is no. Because really, the zombies that are around, they're kind of afraid of me. They don't want to fuss with this. They really don't. Alright, and you guys know the game here. This is up, down, up, down, up. That's the way I do it. It doesn't mean it's necessarily the fastest way to do it. I just have been doing it this way from the jump, so that's how I approach this puzzle. And that is the answer. We are working our way towards finding the illustrious and ever so lovely Ada Wong. So let's keep it moving and go see what she's doing. Oh, hey. This guy's just getting a shotgun because I'm just not dealing with this shit. I'm sorry. Headies! We live for headies. And he wants one too. This is for the channel. He said it's fucking mind-blowing. Alright, out we go. Moving and grooving. Leon's got his jacket on. He's looking cool. He's looking sharp. Let's buzz through this and keep moving. okay? Because we know what we have to wait forward to. Ada is such a good shot here. If no one's ever taken that consideration, what a shot by Ada Wong. I'll let y'all enjoy this. She holds that gun sideways. Take note of that.
Sorry about that. When I saw the uniform, I thought you were another zombie.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Ada Wong.
And what are you doing here?
Well. Double M is in the chat. What is up and welcome back. Smack that like button, and if you're a Commanders fan, bless your heart. Just keep on keeping on. I so appreciate you being here. Let's do our thing.
If we work together, we can move this thing. Give me a hand here, will you?
So if you haven't already, now's the time to realize where we are in this. We're probably a third of the way through. We're going to keep buzzing and get this done. So let's help out Ada here. Push this out of the way. Like, there's no way she had done that on herself. We were needed there. We're going to go interact with Ben. Now's the time to shine.
Ada, wait!
Ada, wait! He's like, son of a bitch! She doesn't listen. She's a woman on a mission here. So we're going to chase after her. And we got to go find Ben Bertolucci. What's he doing? He's writing a hot story. It's called This Town is Fucked. Wait a minute.
Let me guess. You must be Ben, right? Get up, now.
What do you want? I'm trying to sleep here.
What a dick.
Is this the guy?
Shout out to them also back in the day.
You told the city officials that you knew
putting a
something
pack of
about
Marlboro
what's been
Reds
going
in
on,
my
didn't
boy's
you?
shirt pocket.
What did you tell them?
They're like, this is what reporters
And
look
who
like.
the heck are you?
They have a pack of
I'm
darts
trying to find
in their
my
shirt.
boyfriend. His name's John. He was working for a branch office of Umbrella based in Chicago, but he suddenly disappeared 6 months ago.
So I don't want to talk over this too much, but I'm
I
going
heard
to
a
straight up
rumor
say
that
it.
he's
So when
here
they
in the city.
originally designed Resident Evil 1, we had Resident Evil 2,
I don't know
excuse me, and they had
anything.
Resident
And
Evil
even if I did,
1.5 in the
why would
works,
I
and they
wanna tell
scrapped it.
you?
Ada's character was named Linda.
Okay, I say we leave him in there.
And when they
Does anyone know
rewrote
where
it,
they
they're
put the
like,
key
we
to
need
this
to have
cell?
more connections to Resident
I
Evil
have it
1.
right here,
And they
officer.
wrote her as
But
Ada
I'm not
to
about
go
to leave
back
this
on
cell.
John's story, where his password was
zombies aren't the
Ada,
only things
the name
crawling
of his
around out
girlfriend. And then they made this character, and Ada Wong has now been a centerpiece of the
that?
franchise for over 20 years, which is
Like
freaking
I said,
incredible. And those
I'm
little
not
changes
leaving
and
this cell.
tie things in. Pretty solid play.
Get out of here before you lead it right to me.
You think about it now
Hey,
and where
I'm
Ada
not
is at
going
in the
anywhere.
franchise.
I'm the only cop left
It's
alive in this building.
it's one little goof in a rearranging of a story
Look, if
that
you
has
wanna
made
live,
her the
then you're gonna
prevalent
have to
character
leave with
that
me.
is.
But do you even know how to get out of the city? There's a kennel in the back.
They
of the
are
building.
immaculate.
Inside the
Double
kennel is a
M.
manhole.
This
Go through and
this
it'll
is
lead you to
probably
the sewer
older
entrance,
than
but
you are,
it won't
which
be
is
easy.
okay. I
All
know
right,
from
I'm going.
us chatting, you know, we weren't as blessed as everybody is today with the way things look. But here we are. We're going to grab this. Got to get that manhole opener. And we're going to be working our way towards the sewers. So let's go. So again, we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Sega Dreamcast. 1999. That was a very long time ago. And if you're as old as me, you remember when that came out and it felt like something special. Holy shit! That is one angry Doberman. Some dog purist is like, it's not a Doberman, it's a German Shepherd. It's like, I really can't tell. It's brown and black. It is what it is. Give me that red herb. You mix the red with the green, and you have a great feeling. That's how we do it. Holy God! They literally did that just to try to ruin my evening. They knew I was having too much fun tonight, so they threw that at me. And you know what we said? Not so fast. I love it. If you mix a blue, a red, and a green, that's like 5 minutes later, you're probably passing out because it was just so good. All right, we're going down. Shout out to Voodoo Ranger, no free ads, Imperial IPA. Very tasty. We're going to buzz past these spiders, and I'm going to deal with them. No way, bro! You poisoned my ass. I had to say something. Look what you did. What a dick. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. See, it's only because I said something that happened. That's how life treats you sometimes. Heal up. It's going to be 8 a time. Let's go. You know, anytime I call out those spiders, I honestly get punched right in the dick by them. It's what happens. And I'm not going to lie and say it's not rude, but it's so rude. It's fine. I also don't know what's going on Monday night right now, and I have no idea where my phone is in the office. So I really hope something amazing is going on with Ayuk. It's probably not. Guy probably blew out his calf or ACL or some shit. He's got dehydration, some nonsense. But I hope it's going well. So I made a quick mistake. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to grab all the plugs. I like to take those out since we have to go in that room anyway. We're going to load those up before we deal with Ada. I'm on the ropes right now, guys. I'm not even kidding. The whole poison status with the spiders has me a little shook. But I'm going to shake it off. It's no big deal. Like, I deal with nonsense every day. From the moment you wake up, you have to remember you're dealing with nonsense. You got to shrug those shoulders, shake it off, and just get over it. That's what Leon does anyway. So here we are. We're gonna put these 3 plugs in here now. Before we switch over to Ada Wong. And let's get out of here. Uh-oh. Breaking news, guys.
Ada?
Hill body camera video
think I've
released.
introduced
Miami-Dade Police Department
name's
releases
Leon.
footage of
I'm with the
Sunday's
RPD.
detainment of Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill. So those guys are going to lose their jobs, those cops,
end.
and you kind of put it on yourself. We live in a very
You think we can
sensitive
get
time,
upstairs
and,
through
and
this
behaving
shaft?
like a buffoon
Give me
is
a
not
boost.
the way to
I'll go and
act,
check.
especially when everybody has a camera in their hands in the form of a cell phone. So, highly disappointing. But such is life. All right, it's Ada time. Go ahead and smash that like button for Ada Wong. And Ada gets to interact with Sherry Birkin, which is one of the cool moments of the zapping system here, as she finds the locket with
How
the Birkin
cute.
family
That
inside
little
of
girl
it.
must have dropped this.
Only time you ever
I
get to
think
see
I'll
this
hold on to it
cutscene is
for
in
her.
the Leon B scenario. And I think it kind of is very necessary that this is the B scenario, because if you think about Ada's involvement in this entire thing, to know that she just interacted with Birkin's daughter is pretty dope. And I think that's great for the story. Now's probably the best time to actually see the way Ada aims at sidearm, because you see her aiming a little sideways. See that little tilt? I think that kind of punctuates her character. And, you know, how when you first play this, she wants to come off as pretty innocent, as just a survivor. But really, she's a seasoned veteran, and she knows exactly what the hell she's up to. So I think that's a nice little tongue-in-cheek moment. All right, we're going to grab these shotgun shells, and then we're going to do the box puzzle before we grab that club key and head back to Leon. So we're moving. I don't know if anybody saw the interview with Shinji Mikami talking about a potential Dino Crisis remake. And he essentially said, hey, here's the deal. Capcom has multiple franchises in the form of Monster Hunter and Exoprimal that use dinosaurs as the enemies. And there's just no room for Dino Crisis. And I think that is such a goofy-ass comment to make that you kind of need to step aside before you say, well, this guy hasn't worked at Capcom for a number of years. What does he know about this shit being made? And why should I care what he has to say? He could be trolling all of us, because Exoprimal was honestly shit on a plate. And there's no way that Capcom, that reuses assets the level that they do, wouldn't welcome giving Dino Crisis a fair shot after everybody voted it #1 in the Capcom survey. So I find that very hard to believe. I think that's kind of silly. And I don't think there's any way they're not doing it. And I kind of think Mikami was kind of giving us our little, you know, I don't want to say no jokes aside, but wanted to kind of say like, oh, well, this trash is already out. Why would they reuse the assets to make Dino Crisis Remake? And I think that is the biggest thing that gets lost in translation. And I think it's kind of like that sarcasm, you know? It's hard to, in words, put sarcasm into words, but I think that that's exactly what Mikami was doing.
Leon,
I would be shocked, guys. I would be shocked
Ada,
if we never
did you
saw
find anything?
a Dino Crisis remake,
Right
because I think
here.
it's totally happening. It's got to be.
Think fast. Here's one more.
So Ada has got a great arm. She's just
Hey,
ripping
I
that
can't
shit
reach
across the
ventilation
way.
hole. I'm going to have to
Good
find
for
another
her.
way around. I'll catch up with you later.
Ada, wait.
Ada, wait!
I mean, he said what he said. You know what I mean?
Leon, come in. I found the girl, and I've cleared the wreckage that was blocking the corridor.
Got it.
That would be the best answer if somebody called you with like a very important message after everything you've just been dealing with. and you just respond to them with "got it." That would be the equivalent of somebody today getting a text and sending back just K, because people get real fired up about the K text. It's like, you don't want that. You just don't. You don't want to get that text. You also don't want to send it. It's got to take a lot as an individual, as a human being, to receive that text and feel comfortable with sending the K text back. But I will say this. If you're an agent of chaos, like I may or may not be, and if you just want to like ruffle some feathers, that's the way to go. Just do it and see what happens. You might not like the end result, but also if you're sending that K text to begin with, you were probably expecting something rather negative on the return, whether for your own enjoyment in a laughing way or something more intense. So, I mean, just double down on your bet and just go for it. There's nothing wrong with it. These, I'm going to say it right now. These spiders are actually the one thing in this playthrough today that I'm more annoyed with than anything else. The fact that they touched me not once, but twice and then poisoned me, I can't stand them. I actually want to go down there right now with the Magnum and just tell those damn spiders what I feel about them, but I'm not going to. Not because we're on a speed run, but just because there's more important things to do. So let's keep on keeping on. Well. Dear friend of mine, thank you so much for being here. Beamer Dream, what is good? And welcome back to the live stream. Here we are with Leon B Scenario. We are buzzing through this thing. No save. A rank only. But how are you? How are you feeling about the remake of Silent Hill 2? Are you excited as I am after the recent releases of the gameplay trailers and everything that Bloober team has sent out? I am fired up. I think that they're actually doing the right thing now. And I'd say I was optimistic before, but I was also cautiously optimistic. And to see what they're doing right now, I'm pretty excited. I think we are going to be in for a treat for Silent Hill 2. And I can't wait to play it. I honestly can't wait to play it. So here we go. We're hopping in. We are now going to get the key card to enter the weapons storage area. We got some liquors in here, guys. Oh, this is a heavy one. He took 3 shotgun shells. We have one more over here. I have to reload. See, that was a mistake. So I took, I think, 2 additional swipes over there because of the angle. Like, I wasted multiple shotgun shells because I couldn't hit that thing, and that bums me out. But we now have the key card. That was, I don't want to call it amateur hour. It was just disappointing for the way the game is set up. Me too, man. I got to be honest. I was pretty worried about Silent Hill 2. I'm not going to lie. What I saw initially, I just felt like, oh, geez, this isn't getting the level of care I expected it to get. And then I kind of had seen the way, if you look at the way Snake Eater was advertised from the jump, it was so grandiose and it set such an expectation level. Because, I mean, guys, I think we can all be honest about one thing. Konami has not been, like, making games and hyping up any of their IPs for a very long time. And you know, as fans of, you know, it doesn't just have to be Resident Evil survival horror shit. Like, to be fans of just games in general, if you're a fan of Konami, then I hope you like Castlevania, and I hope you like Contra, and I hope you like everything else in between, because these games are what helps make those other games get sequels. So you should want to see them be successful. And for the longest time with Konami, do you know what we saw? We saw Pachinko, and we saw a complete abandonment of their IPs. And that's insane. Imagine being Capcom and not seeing a Resident Evil or Street Fighter or a Monster Hunter, and them just abandoning all of their heavy hitters to do like slot machines. That's insane. So to see them doing shit again, and it's good stuff, and it's stuff that when you see it, you're like, wow, this actually, it makes sense for them to be getting involved in this again. Like, well, when you have the franchises that they have on them, that's exactly what you should be doing. And you need to be making those games, because once you make those games, and once those games, when they're successful and you make all that money out of it, people that have never heard of Castlevania or have never heard of Silent Hill, they play those and they're like, oh, I can't wait for the next one. And that's how you get the hype started. And that's kind of what Capcom's been doing with their IPs in the current gen, to kind of get them going again and get some traction, get the wheels rolling for those games, and get people wanting to be like play them again. Well, I really appreciate you hopping on this late. I hope you've had a banger of a night. The main reason I am actually online right now, because this is a time that I normally don't do this, because I try to get to interact with all you guys. It's September 9th, and I just said to myself, you know what? We just have to do this. We have to get on. I don't care if I only have 3 viewers or whatever happens, but it's September 9th, and because of work, I can only get on at a certain time. And for me, it's like getting close to 10 p.m. here. So I'm pushing it myself for what hours work for me. But I just wanted to get on and do a live stream during the 25th anniversary of the Dreamcast being released. So that's kind of the main reason we're here. But I wouldn't say it's the only reason we're here. Okay, so we're on caution. We do have the inventory space. So I'm going to push it. I'm going to go for it. We're going to deal with Mr. X while we do just that. But I think it's for the live stream. We kind of have to do it. And we're right here. We have the inventory space. So I should have left that green herb right there in that corner earlier. I grabbed it selfishly. But I could have used that shit now. It's no big deal. We're going to keep on keeping on. But here we go. We're going to deal with a little funk here. I'm doing a bad job of unequipping my equipped weapon to move a little bit quicker. And guys, don't forget, this is no first aid sprays. Okay? No first aid sprays. Remember that shit. So now we open up one inventory spot. We have 2 items that we need to be picking up here. There's that cogwheel. Fire that up. must solve the riddle. We shall solve it. I need that. Holy shit. It's like, who is this guy? Who are you? What are you doing? Let's light him up with that submachine gun, guys. Like, when do you stop shooting? So he's at 62% now for that. Let's grab what he's got. Oh, nice. What a dick. All that for some freaking standard handgun rounds? That's actually trash. That's probably the biggest disappointment of this thus far. But we're cool. We're not going to let it bother us. We're going to keep moving. And let's not forget, we still need the crank. I love in this when you come through, like, oh, that's where you bust it out of. Like, to get in there. I should say bust it in. So that's pretty good. And then we get to see him again here. Leon's like, ah! No! Let's get him in a good angle here. Imagine just holding your hip and staring at that monster drop to its feet, and you're like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I'm doing it. It's not good. Leon's like, I'm making my way through this nonsense. I'm doing it. Don't hate on me. Oh my god. It's funny, at this point you now have access to move around on that side of that desk, because that zombie is now up and mobile. So bypass that. It's actually kind of easier sometimes, because if you don't remember where they're sitting, it is the way. So we're getting close to the sewers. We're nearing that moment and section in this game, which is quite exciting. And if you guys are sitting here and you're enjoying the live stream, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate all of you. All right. So, love the fact that we have all that Magnum ammo now. We'll stash that. We'll use that. And honestly, if you're playing this the way I play it, let's just be honest here. You're a little golly. So you need to keep at least one healing item on you, just in case, because you never know. You could be the most seasoned person in this, and maybe you do, no damage runs, which is really impressive. Good for you. I don't. Then you can just buzz through this shit, and your moments that you question, am I going to get hit or not? But for me, in the way I play, yeah, I'm worried about getting knocked. I'm totally worried. Anything can happen in this game. And anything happens a lot in this game, and that's just life. But I will tell you this much. It's also an understanding of the way this game plays and the moments that you have where it might actually come back to bite you. And that's one thing that when I play these, I jokingly make statements out loud about the spiders, right? And then what happens? I get poisoned. So did I expect A to get hit by a spider, let alone get poisoned? The answer is a short and sweet no. That's why I was joking about it, and that's what sucks about it. But it did happen. So as that happens, you know where you're at and how it may happen, so you heal. And that is the way the game goes sometimes. But if you're a speedrunner, that's the type of thing you have to think about and be like, oh, I know the angle I need to run at as I'm approaching this corner, where the hitbox might be, where I might be getting jammed up, and you make it around it. And that's great. But, as I'm sitting here just having a good time with it, there's a million things going on in my head. And I jokingly want one of those things to be, well, I'm not going to get hit by the spider, and then I get hit by the spider. So, say la vie. Such is life. We have the crank. Oh, we might actually, if I remember right. Oh, yeah. We got an interaction with this shit right now. The perfect amount of hits. It's almost like mentally I could hear it and physically I could feel it, right? And then I get those Magnum rounds out of it, and I just rocked Mr. X to the fucking pavement, because that was our moment to shine, and we're getting past that shit. Wow. I remember in the back of my head saying to myself, in Claire's B scenario, which I play more often than Claire A, when you hit that hallway, you have your Mr. X moment. Now, do I remember in Leon B scenario that I have that Mr. X little segment right there? No, I don't. I don't remember that, actually. And I'm glad I was well equipped for it, because when you get back to this police station, you better be ready. You have additional liquors waiting for you. You have that additional Mr. X moment. That's the third one since we got back. Don't forget that. The third one. And it's just there to make you guess. To make you understand that shit can happen at any moment in this game. So I'm at 24% now for my submachine gun. I'm going to probably save that, and I'm going to burn through it shortly. And when I burn through it, then I'll switch shoddy, and we're going to get rid of these two things. So let's keep buzzing, guys, honestly. No save. We're going up to the library. We're going to be ready. We're going to be ready to get this damn thing done and move on to the sewers and say goodbye. Say goodbye to the RPD. This is the one thing that bothers me about this part. It's coming back, and then you have these liquors waiting for you up top. Because if you're not paying attention and you just run by... Let's see if I can do it. Ready? Oh, I should have gone the other way. Dang it. That's all right. We're grabbing this piece, and we're going down below, and we are out of here. We did take a knock there. I should have gone behind that thing. I didn't expect it to turn the way it turned. So it got that easy swipe at me and brought me down to yellow caution. So I'm probably like 75% right now, which is, it is what it is. So. In we go. Crank, cogwheel, final plug. Do I remember what the final plug is? I think Is this one... I think this one is Bishop, right? Or is it Queen? Ah, shit. I can't remember. Some of you are going to like watch this and you're like, how does he not remember that this is X plug here? And then I hope after I see it, I was like, oh, I was right all along. Fuck you guys. Hit that switch. Get it moving. I always like this part because in the A scenarios, it's like you can't drop from there. Night plug. So I said Bishop and I said Queen, right? Was that my two guesses? And then it was Knight. That's a kick in the pants, guys. I'm sorry. All right, we went down below. Leon survived. Ben's not surviving.
Get away!
Oh. It's not good. Dang. Okay. Solid. So this is one of my all-time favorite Resident Evil NPC interactions, you know.
Ben,
We have Kendo
can you still
in the
hear
very
me?
beginning of the
Come
game,
on,
which is
answer.
really good. But this damn
Damn.
thing is
I don't
special.
believe this. I almost got the story.
I don't believe this.
Ben,
Bitter
Irony.
The
I mean,
chief
he's
of
a bloody
police
mess right now. This is brutal.
co-conspirator. Get that scum.
Make him
him
pay.
hang in there, Ben.
This is the shit you heard back in the day, and you're like, yeah, man, you do it. Ada Wong. No.
Leon.
She's like, Leon, you stupid idiot. What did you do? And he's like, I didn't do nothing.
Where are you going, Ada?
To the
Ada,
chemical
wait.
plant. I have a feeling that's where I'll find John.
Ada, wait. Hey!
The number of different ways he says Ada wait in this game, like, you could make a whole drinking game around it.
Are you crazy? The streets are still crawling with zombies.
It'll be all right, trust me. We found a way to the sewer. Follow us later.
Claire! Claire!
Claire.
Wait!
Claire.
Man, why doesn't anyone ever listen to me?
Okay. Watch what he says about poor Ben here. Miserable death. I always wish when you went back into Ben's cell in the OG, there was either a file or maybe like some kind of, I don't want to even call it lore, but like a little bit of characterization on the wall there reflecting how long he's been like in there, you know, because you know it's not like a crazy amount of time. Has been days, but it's been hours, and to lock yourself in a jail cell to stay safe, I mean, that whole situation's wild to me. All right, we're going down. But yeah, I have this conversation often, like, who do we like better, Ben Bertolucci remake or Ben Bertolucci, OG? And I'll be honest, like, I kind of like what they did with remake. I really do. I think his death scene is 1,000 times better in remake. But I think the character, I don't know what it is about the OG version of him, but it just kind of like has me like nod my head, and I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah. You know, and that's just kind of my feeling on Ben. I will say I am partial to the OG version. It is what it is. Death Scene, and I will reiterate, Death Scene is definitely better in the remake. I'm not taking anything away from that. Oh yeah, cool. Hey, you party here too, guy? Oh, what are you doing, man? So that's kind of Resident Evil 1.5 right there. That version of him. And then they took it and then elevated the shit out of it. And that's what we have here. So G1 is cool. Why are you so mean? What a hater. Here comes shoddy time. And that is how we dispense of that ammo in this game. He had to get that one whack hit on me. Yep, bye. We're good. We're out of here. Oh, yeah, sure. No. You gotta change. There it is. Final plug. We're all done with the keys. We're all done with the plugs. We're all done with submachine gun ammo as well. Let's barrel through here. We are moving on. I mean, we're buzzing right now. We're hitting the sewers. Ada Wong's dropping through. Leon's not happy.
Ada!
Oh, hey.
What was that all about?
Listen to him
Running
call
off
her
like
out.
That was reckless and stupid.
Reckless and stupid.
Those zombies are everywhere. Not to mention that thing that got Ben.
I was there, Leon. I know.
I was there, Leon. She always like is so
Look,
condescending.
As
It's
an
like you're a
officer,
jagoff.
it's my
Leon.
job to look out for you. But we're not going to get through this alive if we don't work together. Okay?
All right. We'll do this your way for now.
Big thing about the Dreamcast is I loved what they did with the marketing, the whole it's thinking. If you ever go back and watch any of the Dreamcast commercials on YouTube, and if you want to see what marketing looked like at one point back in the day, it was amazing. And Sega, it's probably the reason they're no longer with us, but they spent money on marketing, and no one else does it like they did it back in the day. They just don't. Sega loved calling people out for being, for lack of better word, soft. It was like, you can make games on this system and you can play that system, but you're never going to have the releases like you get on this system. And that's a really cool way, like, for a time that is once forgotten, which is the 90s, to market your stuff. No one would dare do that now, because if you did that today, a lot of people would feel like they were being targeted or something negative was being said. And one thing we kind of forget about a time once forgotten is that's just kind of how it was. Like, it didn't mean it was right. It was never right. But for that just kind of being the way it is, then you fed into it. And I will say for Sega, like, to their own fault, they were great at marketing, and they knew how to market to all these different demographics and the way that games were kind of becoming the form of entertainment they are today. You know, there's many years ago that just like doing any of this was just like a way to be labeled like lazy or dumb, or, you know, all the negativities that went with like wanting to play games were because of the connotation that doing this and this being a hobby meant you lived like a certain lifestyle. And honestly, the only lifestyle is the lifestyle that makes you happy, to be fair about one thing. But you can also do anything and also enjoy something else. And there's no reason not to feel that way. Go out there, enjoy it, and if you want to jam on whatever game makes you happy, however you go about it, then go ahead and do it. If there's some other hobby you have that is very specific, as long as you have fun doing it and you're not hurting anybody while you're enjoying it, then get after it. That's how I always look at things. So we're firing these up. We're getting these additional items that are stashed below. We're going to grab all of that and head back up. And then the interesting thing, guys, that we're going to take a look at here is in the B scenario, the other lift should be below, so then I can go back on the other side. It probably adds a solid 5 minutes, maybe. I would love to time it and see on the gameplay. But we're just going to store things like we're not going across. I'm debating if I am or if I am not. I mean, really, at this point, you could be rocking shotgun and Magnum. Is what I could have in my inventory. That's like no joke. Like right now, we're going to do it because that's where we're at in these, honestly, in this series of live streams. I mean, why not at this point? Why not just go shotgun and Magnum? I have so many Magnum rounds. I'm going to have to burn through them before I use the Magnum parts. So let's go ahead and go down. Let's trigger a net. Let's trigger the sewers. And let's burn through this shit, guys. Let's burn through this. And then give me an opportunity to do the fourth survival. That lift is down. You can see it in the background of the cutscene, so I am going to be going there after I return as Leon.
I have to talk to her.
But now's the time. We're going to check on poor Leon. See, Ada's cold hard. She has nothing to say. I'm going to run for 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Hang tight. All right. We're back. We're doing it. Oh. Oh man, magic. Magic happens before our eyes and we don't even realize it sometimes. The loves of technologies. So here we go. Leon's down. Ada's up. We're on the hunt for Annette Birkin. We're chasing her ass. That's not good. It's the longest I've waited there before. It's Resident Evil. There are no safe water breaks. Bang. Oh no.
Don't move. You're the
Annette
one
is always
if I'm not mistaken.
so annoyed.
Identify yourself.
We love her though. She's great.
Ada Wong. Ada Wong.
And this exposition here, I mean, this just sets everything
Now I
up as
remember.
far as this
One of
series
the men
and
from Chicago who came
the
to
who's
us.
who in these
T-Virus
first couple
research used
games.
His girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John, I believe. How did you know? Who are you? Annette Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-Virus. William Birkin. What? John's dead. He became one of those zombies. My condolences.
I would love a
I regret
short
this.
film
You
on
will be joining him
Ada's John
I
in
won't let
Nest
anyone
in the final days
from
before the shit totally
G-Virus?
hit the fan.
It's capable of creating the ultimate bioweapon. Its potential is even greater than that of the T-Virus. Then that must mean the creature in the police department is... Precisely. My
Precisely.
husband, William. And it's all Umbrella.
Yo, I will say,
None of this would have
everyone,
happened if they
and
hadn't
to those
tried
that
to
are
steal his
still
research
watching,
away
thank
from
you so
him.
much for being here. My strategy guide for this game.
Where did you get that pendant? It looks exactly like the
It
one
is
I gave
ugly. It is
She dropped
wild.
Shay. I've been holding on
But
to it.
honestly,
Liar! Give it back to me!
it's a pretty cool look. It's pretty original. I love this guide. I like showing you all some of the stuff we
bad.
grew up with before, we had every answer at our fingertips with the internet and everything else. So this is so cool. You only see that on this scenario, right? So Ada Wong now knows. She's like, oh shit. She's like, I done got that sample. So that's obviously where that metal is, and we gotta head down. It honestly makes more sense to me with the lore and the way the game moves for Ada to have received that pendant and then to have received that sample I think that makes the most sense.
Ada?
Ada. He dove across this way, right? Can we even remember looking back, like, which direction did Leon jump? I think it's this way. Oh, yeah. More handgun bullets. We do not need those. But we will take that herbage. So we got 3 green herbs here. But what are our needs for these herbs? Well, I will tell you right now. Put 2 of them away. Leave that in there because we are doing this on a no save run. As well hold on to it. But we do not have that key. So I missed it somewhere. I'm not worrying about it. We're going to barrel on. Additional ammo down there. You know what? We pick it up out this way. I'm like 99% sure of that. You can test me in the replay and tell me I'm wrong. Give me that metal. There's that small key. So I wasn't far off. You pick it up right here, which is crazy. So this is probably going to add 3 to 4 minutes to our gameplay. But I'm going to use it because we're going to use all these items, and there's no sense not to use this damn key right now because this is the last opportunity. And now that we picked it up, we might as well use it. If it's in our inventory, we might as well use it, right? So we're going up, and we're going to use that damn small key, and we're going to get that ammo that we would have then missed. Not necessary by any means, but with the way we're playing, we're allowed to do this. So get on in there. They're like, but Leon, do you want to go down that ladder? And we're like, yeah. Yeah. And we go. Scott Kennedy. There's those additional Magnum rounds. That's a banger. Bring him on over. So you can get that heady. Thumbs ups for the headies. There's those shotgun shells on the bottom. Gimme. And now here we are, fam. Our aim situation is really nice. So we go back up. We now have the valve handle in our inventory. We know that we have 1 metal that we're about to grab. We're going to do that first. Yeah, I'm playing this smarter at this point because I just left that Magnum in my inventory, so we're going for it like that. Makes the most sense. We're going to grab that right now. Man, I forgot. I remember knowing that you get that small key once you get out here. But the fact that you get it right there, so if I really wanted to do that, I need to remember next time, because it's easy to forget. When you come out, make that left, grab that small key first before you venture off to that second elevator area that you can get into when you're only playing on B scenario. So, I mean, that makes sense. That's just, for me, just something I have to do. Just like grabbing the metal. I have to remember to do that. Jesus. This is all my fault. This is probably an additional 6 minutes between going back with the key to coming back now. It's like you got the key, but you forgot the metal was right here. So we got that wolf metal. Let's head back out. Where are these spiders at? You know, they're just waiting for us because they're just so rude. So we're moving. We're out of here. What is up, and welcome. Thank you. Let me see. Tambay Inc., what is good, man? What are you doing? I hope you're well. We are finishing up our RE Classic series with Resident Evil 2. And we're playing on the Sega Dreamcast in celebration of its 25th anniversary. So that's what we're doing right now. And we're going to go do some hunting here all the way to Nest. So thank you for stopping by. And yeah, I'm rocking the Leon biker outfit because you got to. We had the tank top on in the prior Claire B, Leon A. So now we're going Leon B with the biker outfit on. I always got to change the costume. So that is where we're at with that. Let me grab these items and I'll check the chat again. Hell yeah, man. So I remember watching my brother play RE1 OG, and that was kind of my intro into the series. And I started playing RE1 Director's Cut. That's the first game I got when I got my PlayStation when I was a kid. But I couldn't do it. I stunk, even though I had the strategy guide. And it was a black and white strategy guide at that, but I couldn't get through it. And then it wasn't until this game came out where my Resident Evil teeth were really cut, and then I was dialed in since then. And I think this one is definitely probably my most played and definitely in my top 3. It's hard for me to really crown one Resident Evil game my favorite, but this is definitely probably the one I played the most. And definitely top tier, top 3 for me. Ada. Leon yells Ada's name all game long.
Leon.
So you have no interaction with the gator here as we took it out in Claire A. So you just buzz through that whole little segment and you get to this point right here.
That's 2 I owe you.
And I do wish you got to see the bandages on Leon regardless of the costume. Because when I change costume, I'm always like, I'm missing out on that epic badass look of Leon with the bandages on him.
Never mind. Let's just get out of here.
But my dude's ready to go. He's ready to bust some zombie nonsense at this point. He's like, I'll do anything on this first date to show Ada I'm the one. So here we go. We got one more medal to grab. And we're moving on to one of my favorite parts of the game, and that is getting the custom parts for the shotgun. And if you don't know what I mean about getting the custom parts for the shotgun, then you haven't lived before in a Resident Evil game, because that once you customize the shotgun in Leon's scenario, it is probably the most OP weapon in the OG games that I've ever respected. So we're on our way to that right now. And we got a little bit of nonsense in between to get through. So yeah, we are celebrating, just so everybody knows, the 25th anniversary of September 9th, 1999, and that was the date that the Sega Dreamcast was released. It's also a famous date for those Final Fantasy players, because Final Fantasy VIII came out on that date here. And also, 29 years ago, the OG PlayStation. So here we are. Very big date, and we're doing it proud, playing the games. I am also, I will say, once and forever, I'm on a Retro Fighters Dreamcast controller here, and it's wireless, and it's so nice. This is my gaming rack to my right. Now that guy wants to bite my ankles, but it's so cool to have the Dreamcast over there and be able to play these versions of these games on the OG hardware and play with a controller that's rechargeable and wireless that came out like not long ago. So for all that community that continues to put all that kind of shit together and give us fans who respect all this stuff and still hold on to it, and ability to play it is something that feels so current in the industry. I mean, that's awesome. So all right, here we go. Get up here. You can actually get Ada poisoned in this segment, and she'll walk around for the rest of the game looking like she's poisoned. It's happened to me before. I saw a streamer do it, and then I was like, that's wild. And then it happened to me like by happenstance. And it's funny because I played this so many times, but I've never seen that before. And then to see it like twice within like not even a month, like a couple weeks of each other, it felt so just stimulated and strange as things are these days. Where it's almost like deja vu like, but you know, such is life. All right, so here we go, Scott Kennedy. Let's fire up the gondola. He's like, we're doing it, Ada. I'm taking you on this part of going to Epcot Center. And she's like, Leon, I don't want to do Space Mountain with you, bro. And he's like, we're doing it. So here we go. Oh, am I going to fight this thing with a shotgun? Oh, this is great. I love this for me. And all the times I play this was maybe a first encounter situation doing it this way, but I really don't care. We're gonna fucking kick this thing's dick in the dirt. That's what we're gonna do. Uh-huh. Leon's like, holy shit, I don't have my handgun no more. So 4 shotgun shots. Shotgun blasts. That's what we should say. Look at him. Leo with a shotgun in that outfit. Let's go. I love it. So now we're going to go ahead and grab that weapons box key for the Magnum parts. Huge segment here. Should we light the flare just for fun? Let's do it. So I haven't done this on one of the live streams yet, but we're going to do it just for fun for the interaction standpoint of it, to light the flare. So you can see the reflection of the item in the corner for people that are playing this for the first time. And then you actually see the key item pop in the corner of the screen, which I think is really dope. So there we go. Scott Kennedy. Doing Scott Kennedy things. So this is wild. We're going to be in a very interesting spot from here until the next Tyrant interaction. We're going to rock some shotgun shells for sure. Look at this bastard behind me. Oh, that's a double kill, baby. Double kill. Grab those shotgun parts, and it's like, oh, but Seabash, you can't do it. Watch this now. Here's the move. Okay, so that frees up one item slot, right? We're gonna grab the shotgun parts. Now our inventory is full, but we currently have 3 rounds loaded in that beautiful Mossberg pump. So we're gonna count those off together. 2 rounds loaded. 2 on that pump. You know Leon's a surgeon with that shotgun too. He's like, my aim was okay, but that shotgun blast, that's what I live for. Especially with this outfit on. Alright, so we got 2 left. Let's see if we can get a triple kill here. Ready? Triple kill! Let's go! That was actually amazing. That might be the highlight of the stream, in my opinion. The triple headshot with his shotty was a beauty. Okay. So, we got 1 more to go, and then we'll go ahead and use those parts. This guy's getting it. This is for the live stream. Ready? Kiss his ass goodbye. And then we'll go ahead and combine these. And watch this. Ready? Get a free 7 rounds of shotgun shells because of that. And if you don't think that means anything, play this game on the hard mode. Okay? And let me know. So we're dialed in right now. We don't need that blue. You know what we can do? We can actually just use that. And I don't give a shit. We'll grab that blue. Because I'm thinking about it. And I think we are really safe on what we have. Back in the box. But I don't give a shit. We'll use it. Look at Ada, though. She's motoring. I think Ada might actually move. I would love to see a video on that. I feel like Ada's movement speed is higher than Claire's, and I think Claire's is higher than Leon.
We finally arrived. There must be something hidden here.
Oh, yeah. I love how she just decides at this point to start speaking in riddles for us. Thanks, Ada. Leon's like, yeah, you're cool. Okay. So our inventory is what it is. We're going to drop off a bunch of stuff. We're going to gear up for this next Mr. X fight, which is very exciting. We are finally done, guys, with the valve handle. The cool thing about the B scenario, your items, your inventory that carries over, you have the weapons box key that you're going to use in Nest, valve handle is toast, and that's it. I mean, it's been nothing but keys and plugs and other key items that just you don't need to fuss with. So that's pretty dope. All right, well, let's go over here. Grab these shells and grab these Magnum rounds, and then we're going to move on to that Tyrant fight. I am going to go ahead and waste some Magnum rounds on that Tyrant just because, honestly, at this point in the game, I'm always so conservative, but I just need to remind myself I constantly need to reflect on the way I play Resident Evil in these classic games and just know I have a lot of ammunition. So it's like, rock out those rounds when you can do it. And at this point in the game, we're safe to just go blam blam on it. And that, my friends, is why we're going to go ahead and pull out that Magnum right now. So we know we're going to get the Magnum parts shortly, and we know we're going to have another interaction with Mr. X here. So Leon looks real boss right now. And he's going to lure that Mr. X right on over. And the best thing is here, like, he waits and watches this whole scene all the way through. No, no, no! Someone needs to put in a ticket right now for that being destroyed. Nuh-uh. 4 Magnum rounds. And you know what? Because I'm such a boss, I killed him before I could even pick this up. Because we're going to go make fun of him. Because he did this to himself. We're going to teabag him. And we're going to grab these shotgun shells. And then we're going to say, I'm out. Scott Kennedy is the one. All right, so now we have the key. This shit's wild. Like, the B scenario, I'm not going to lie, it's not my favorite. I do think that... Am I going to say it? I'm going to pick these up just because I can't help myself. I might say it. Alright, I'll be honest. After, like, really going through all this and thinking about it, like, Leon B, I do like it better than Claire B, and it being the quote-unquote, like, canon. I actually think, like, if you really sit there and you feel it, it does feel that way. That it is the canon scenario. The weight that it carries, I think it's pretty good. So I can get down with it being the canon scenario. But I also think it does a good job of getting away with feeling like the canon scenario. So let's go down to Nest. We're doing it. Oh boy. We're inching closer and closer to that finish line. We're fired up. We have activated it. We are heading down. You get a whole different interaction here. As this happens.
Ada! Ada! Can you hear me? Come on, snap out of it!
And now's the time you go back and you go, can I have these bullets? Because I need them. Look how many effing Magnum rounds I have. I'm not even going to be stingy this time. I'm just going to reload the Magnum. Because normally I will be stingy there, and whatever is in the Magnum, that's all I'm firing. But we're not doing that today. Today we're just going to reload that son-bitch. We're going to get the Magnum parts. We're going to get 8 free rounds when we do that. But let's just ride or die right now. We got on the biker outfit. G2's coming. Or wait, excuse me, G3. The evolution, when you actually see it, is different. So, scenario A, you get G2. Scenario 3, you get G3 here. No way, bro. Oh, I just had 2 miscues there. So I think we've hit him with 4 Magnum rounds. Isn't that something? Wow. You're hateful right now. He's toast. We got through that. That was, if I were to rate that and how I performed, like 5 being top tier, I'd give myself a 2 on that. That was a little sloppy early on, not getting away from that initial swipe from that screen change. So that's on me. But I did reload, and then by the angle I missed 2 shots. So that was a waste. But all in all, we're good.
Welcome back.
It's like why in the no save runs, you just got to make sure you just heal.
Hey,
It's not worth
take it easy.
risking it.
We're inside Umbrella's secret lab. I'll go find
And
something
Leon
to treat
actually
that
looks
wound,
amazing
So just
here.
rest here in the
He looks
meantime.
like he's carrying the Doom 2
I'll
shotgun.
slow you
Like
down
the
for
icon
future
for it,
use.
it doesn't even look like a real rendered thing with how clean
Is it
their
just me, or does
character
everybody always
polygons
ignore
are.
what I say? I told you, it's my job to look after you.
But you'll be in danger if you stay with me. I know I've only
Like
known
if you've
you
ever
for a
played a
short
Doom
period
game
of
and you
time,
picked up shotgun
I
shells
really enjoy being
or just a
with you.
shotgun, it's more a shotgun actually. And you see that icon, that's what that looks like from the
know.
profile shot.
I'm not capable of caring about anyone, but I don't want to lose you.
We're leaving this place together. Wait here for me. I'll be right back.
So this part in this game, I gotta say, and to those that are still watching, like, so I love Ada's theme, and I think that you see so much more in this scenario, backing up Leon and Ada's kind of relationship and what's going on there. And it was never like really anything, but you got to think about like kind of his character and being him while this is happening, and kind of like, as weird as it is, having that moment with this spy chick, Ada Wong, that you don't really figure it out. Like, he doesn't really even figure it out until the final minutes of it, right? So, with that all being said, just Leon being kind of Leon, like young Leon, and they do a great job of that in the remake, kind of pushing his character even further and doing more of his characterization leading up to eventual RE4 awesomeness. So there's that. It's like, oh, gee whiz, what's going on? This part is probably, for me, the most unnecessary Resident Evil moment in this game. It really is. To get this far and then have to do one more box push. If anything, just to slow things down. I'm not totally hating on it, but this part of this scenario is always easily my least favorite part of the game. These are the mechanics of like another generation of people that play these games and get onto it well after the fact of them being released. They deal with that and they're like, oh man, I'm X amount of hours in at this point. This game's terrible. Like, it would totally have screwed up some people that review this crap and say what they say online. So, I'm not making that up. So, I will say, in all sincerity, is he really not going to push that? Are you kidding me? This is why I hate this part of this game. Kidding me? He won't push this at all? Watch me lock this out. What did I say about this part? I said I really hate this part of this game. And it's honestly giving me a bigger headache than it ever has in the existence of it existing and me doing it. Imagine this happening to you on a speed run and what that would feel like to make it this far. You're like, oh, I didn't push that box far enough onto that lift. Fucking B scenario. I don't think anybody in the speed running community takes B scenarios this seriously just because of that. If there's anything to look back on and say, you know what bums me out? It's that box at the end of RE2. I would agree with you. I would shake your hand and sign your memorabilia and say, totally agree with you. That box stinks. No, no, no. Nobody likes it. All right, friends. Now after that, you know we just want to murder something. Okay. Gotta respect these lickers. Little bitches at the Yeah. You going down. I hit the button. Leon's like, do. This place is fun. Wait for it. I want to see it. Employees only. Imagine having that clearance. It's like, so you're allowed to go down there, but your coworker is not approved. Employees only. It's like, but he is an employee. It's like, not that level of employee. We're going up on a Tuesday. Where's Annette Birkin? We're just waiting to say hi to her. So here we go. The big debate is now, after playing this multiple times recently, we've done the guest registry. We did that with the previous live streams. Do I do it again? Do I go through that thing again now? Because I've done it with Claire, and I can totally get through with Leon. Hold on, watch how good this is going to look. That was horror show, as we like to say. Back to back. Double kills. Oh, hey. Uh-huh. That was awesome. So, you get a cool cutscene here. Let's see what they do with Leon. I don't remember if he's like Sherry. But let's see. Because this is something I go back for just when I think about it. Because normally I ignore this. But
Ada? Where did she go?
Where'd she go? That'd be great if he called out Sherry. It's like, you're in the wrong scenario. So, I haven't heard that for, man, a very long time. And that's what's kind of fun with these vanilla runs, is to go back because you get so used to playing it a certain way. And when you get back to it, you're like, oh man, I forgot there's this little moment I can go back to if I actually want to put forth the effort to do so. All right, so off we go. I always felt like, though, on the B scenario, when you get to this point, like, the power activation, I feel like that should have already happened. There could have been something else to draw your attention over here. I just feel like this is one of those situations in the zapping system, right? The what's going on in Claire and what's going on in Leon, depending on A or B that you're playing. Like, you shouldn't have to do this. This should just be a bonus room, depending on the scenario. Like, if I'm playing Leon B, the power should already be on, in my opinion. Because, like, if you come in here, what are you really doing? You're turning on the power. You're ignoring that first aid spray because you know you're damn hell sure not going to be using that. So you're really firing up the power here in Nest and ignoring most of what's in this room. So this is really all that's necessary. But I feel like in A and B, I feel like the A character has already motored through here. And maybe there's something else they could have had you do in this, depending if it's A or B. Maybe it has something to do with Sherry's vaccine. I don't know, but like, there's no other reason to be in that room other than the power, because you're not picking up that first aid spray. So now this whole corridor of Nest is dead to us for the time being. We're going to shoot across and down. We're probably nearing, I would say, like the 80% mark in this scenario. There's like some nonsense we have to deal with later in the game because B is a bitch. It's tougher, but it's not too tough. You just have to be always be overly prepared for this stuff. And that's what kind of allows you to survive. There are many a moment in Resi games where you can think you have it and then you just go for it and you unnecessarily really screw yourself up. Oh, hey. We're fully loaded, so we're good. There it is. There's that flamethrower. And now, guys, the big deal is here. When you're playing in the A scenarios, you do not activate this gas, because the gas makes the enemies more powerful in the B scenario. So if you don't activate it in A and you activate it in B they actually make the enemies then weaker. So it's totally worth doing. Oh, really? I have to burn this because I never put... That's insane. I'm not paying attention. So I never burned the power activation. So I have an additional item in my inventory slot. So because I activate the gas, does that mean I can no longer do it this way? Oh, I'm just able to skirt through. That's so interesting. Perfect. All right. So now, after we get these shotgun shells, we have to go activate the power, because somehow I forgot to do that, which is totally on me. And all the apologies, squad. But the sad thing is, now when we return, we have to deal with these stupid plants, because you know they're just waiting to piss on our day. But we're not opening that door yet, so... Oh, I can't believe I forgot to do this. I don't know if I've ever done this in all the years I've played this game, to make it through the hub area of Nest and not restore the power. I mean, I guess there's a first time for everything, right, guys? Alright, so now that has power. I'm out. Leon's like, he's like, this mission, he's like, I've made some mistakes. I'm like, no, Leon, I've made the mistakes, bro. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna go flamethrower and get ready for these ivies. We're gonna burn the hell out of them. Stupid idiots. I love how that thing really wanted to spit at me. It was like destined to do that in a very rude way, and we're like, you know, I don't think that's cool. Alright, let's get this herbage here. Down we go. It's cool. I was watching a recent interview and showing kind of some of the George A. Romero aspects of the commercial that was shot and some of the promotional things that I did for RE2. And it's kind of cool to see how much money, even back then, they were willing to spend. And it's like, the game sold so well. Like, it sold I think it was 3 or 3.5 million copies in the first month and a half of release. And to do that back then was kind of a big deal. But they did it. And not only did they do it, they annihilated any expectation of a game that was then delayed for a year, that had been built, and as it was built, it got to a very near gold stage of its development, and they said, you know what? This just isn't it. We gotta go back. And we gotta fix this. And they did. And then we got this. So that's solid trade. Right? We're gonna dump that off here. Grab that. Make a red-green with that before we get rid of that. We're doing well. We're buzzing through this, guys. We're buzzing through. So here's our red herb. And that's why we left that green in our inventory. We're going to grab that. And this is funny. When you know your inventory this well, where you're using items to get items and then combining those items and then losing an inventory slot, that's when you kind of know what inventory management is all about. And one of the best things about these games and understanding the inner workings of them, so it doesn't become a longer hassle than it needs to be. And I'm not even that fast with this. I just enjoy it. So here we go. We're gonna watch the Magnum go from 0 rounds to 8 because we use those parts. So here we go. Look at us go. Let's kill these scientists. They're not even scientists. They're just naked zombies. Double kill. We get a double. You guys think? Let's see. No, dang. I thought I was gonna get them both. I did not. Went for it though. Okay. There's that power room key. We've been waiting for you. Leon's like, this place is whack. Alright, we did our guest registry before. So now the idea is, well, why would we not go do that right now? So let's rock that out. If we go in here, you guys know what that means, right? We got the giant moth to deal with. But we're going to deal with that giant moth. Because that giant moth doesn't want none of Leon in the biker outfit. So let's go. Different angle. I think I've killed that thing at a different angle every time we've live streamed. I just love him rocking this ridiculously powerful shotgun at a computer screen and just blowing that shit apart. Let's register guests. Why not? We're registering our fingerprint. Oh no. Leon goes, that's why I wore these fingerless gloves. Okay, we are out of here. We are nearing the end of this scenario. Leon B. We got the power room key. We got the key card. We're going to motor through this. We're going to deal with some wackadoo nonsense that you can only deal with in a Resi game. But we're nearing EOG, end of game. So let's see here. It's crazy, honestly, and no hatred. It's crazy how much better this port looks than like the original PlayStation. Because like on the Dreamcast, the amount of polygons they're able to represent, you see more detailed character models in this, and just games in general. And it is kind of like comical. Like when the Dreamcast came out, it was legit in the middle of, if you think about it, like the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 generation, like the 64. It's so weird, like back then, that you had at one point an N64, a PlayStation, and a Dreamcast all out at the same time, where it was kind of getting towards end of life, even though you just hit like the best era of PlayStation, and then 64 at that time really had kind of caught its stride, figured out how it had to make games. And you had another system that was just like so ahead of its time in the Dreamcast. And for that one to be the first one to go is just crazy to me. Like Sega, I think, rushed things a little too much because they always wanted to be like first on the scene. We're gonna do this, aren't we? That's that B.O.W. gas working, baby. Yes! That B.O.W. gas does all the work on those IVs. So that makes me happy. Alright, we're moving out of here. I'm just debating. Still don't have no master key. So I could go back, and I did the guest registry. I could go back and go through that area, but like it's not exactly necessary. Especially with where we're at ammunition wise. So I think just for the sake of the live stream, we're gonna keep on keeping on. Oh, hey. Oh.
You.
Hi.
You murdered my husband.
She's like,
I know what you're
Leon's like, who are you?
You came for the G-Virus, didn't you? You'll never take it from me. This is my husband's legacy. Now, where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you?
She's like really fired.
So gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth.
I like that line. Like poor Leon, he's already like, nah, that's a lie. He's like, she's amazing. It's like, bro, what do you know about Ada Wong, man?
That can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like that.
Ada wouldn't do something
If
like
you
that.
don't want to believe it, I don't really care. We're about to
And
die
that's
anyway.
basically like, I'm not even listening to this crap anymore. Oh dear God. No. Can you imagine? And then you get to this point and you're feeling safe. And then this jabroni's chasing you down. And just starts thumping his fucking feet right to you. It's like, I've actually had enough of this. This guy's an ass. So now that we have the Magnum parts, we can go ahead and start reloading the weapon. Since we netted those free rounds from adding the parts to the gun. And to be fair, the Magnum with the parts, it is one of the heavier hitters in the entire franchise. And I do think it is a great kit. Up we go. No, again. Leon's like, oh, no, no, no.
Run!
Run.
Ada!
Leon, it takes 4 shots of that Magnum.
Ada!
Oh, no.
Leon, please, escape.
No. We're a team. I can't just leave you behind.
I'm just a woman who fell in love with you. Nothing more.
It's not good.
Ada.
So dramatic. But we're like, we know this isn't the way. No.
Self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom
Oh,
platform.
no. It's really not good. Look at poor Leon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Ada. You have to at least look at this once for the sake of Ada being gone. Master key, we got it. Oh no.
Leon, you made it.
Claire? Is that you? Where are you?
I can see you on the monitor. But never mind that right now.
Claire,
Leon,
we gotta
you have to
run.
go back
We're
to the
coming
sheriff.
straight for you, lady.
I left her in the security office. Please, you must save her.
Wait a second. What are you gonna do? Where are you going?
Claire,
I still have
what
a few loose
are
ends
you
to
doing?
clean up. I'm counting on you.
Hello? Claire, are you there? Claire! The security office?
Come on, Leon. Let's wrap this up, bro. Here we go. Let's do this damn thing. You know what we're about to deal with. So it's time to go ahead and get it done. I'm like feeling a little spicy about how things are gonna probably like end up here with the final situation. I really don't like saying too much because I don't want to jinx anything, but I think we kind of know where we're at and what we're dealing with in a short period of time. So let's make it happen.
Sherry? I've
Oh,
come
hey.
to get you out of here. Claire is waiting for you.
Claire?
All employees proceed to the bottom platform. All employees proceed to the bottom
It's like,
platform.
damn, Leon, like you're just walking this kid to EOG. I wasn't ready for that yet.
All employees proceed to the bottom platform.
Should I do it? You guys are ready for me to do it.
All employees proceed to the bottom platform.
We'll go ahead and do it. It's gonna get spicy.
All employees proceed to the bottom platform.
We gotta do it though. I did not register guest the second. I registered guest the second time, but I did not input my identification this round. That's on me. I decided not to do it, even though we set it up with Claire in scenario A. So it is what it is.
All employees proceed to the bottom platform. All employees proceed to the bottom platform.
I mean, at this point, Leon's
Just rest here
emotional
for now.
attachment to
Claire
Sherry
should
is
be
like,
back
no,
soon.
no.
All employees proceed to the bottom
He's like, I'm so glad you're vaxxed. We're running all the way back. Do a little inventory management here. I hope everybody that's still lingering is as excited as I am. Because we're almost there. I hope you guys all realize that. This is it. And we're still going to keep things organized here. Our only item that we didn't fully use. So no save run. Here we go. This is it, team. This is it. I hope everybody is as fired up as I am right now where we are at in this game. So we are inching straight towards the end. And we're doing this thing. We're absolutely doing this thing. So we obviously have this straight ahead to interact with once we get the power on. Oh, this is going to be good. I am fired up for this. Super Tyrant incoming. It is what it is. Got 5 minutes until detonation. You gotta love that. I'm not even giving the fans the view from back there and what is over there, which is just a item box. Nah, I'll be taking that. Thank you very much. Oh no, can only fit. God damn it. We have to use this now. So we can get the air plug. That was a rookie mistake. I know that. Alright, let's do this thing. You guys ready? Super Tyrant. It's Super Tyrant time. We're going to fight it off and then blow it up with that rocket launcher. And Ada's going to come in here and be our savior. Because we like Ada Wong. Leon goes, I love Ada Wong. I like how when you use one, it automatically uses the two. It's like, yeah, you got it figured out, right? Here he is. It's time. Gets his own epic intro. Not very nice. No, caution.
Here, use this.
We're gonna heal right now, guys. Ready?
Is that you?
Ada, is that you? While this is happening, he has the time. He's like, wait, Ada, is that you? Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Now's the time to shine. Ready? Smack that like button. Ring that bell. And goddamn it, subscribe to the channel, because here we go.
Game over.
See ya. And most importantly, letting that first rocket rip on that Super Tyrant so you have it for the next fight. That's a way to go. So here we are. We're out, guys. Just keep on barreling forward. That's all we can ask for. And now's our time. We get to enjoy all those Magnum headies. Oh, that would have been a good one. There we go. Open that gate. Let's go. Let's go. This is it. This is it, my friends. Time to rendezvous with Claire and bid adieu to Nest. We are ready to leave and be gone for good. On September 9th, 99. So there it is at 247. Get that activated. Let's rip on through. Huge.
Sherry's unconscious.
Come
I
on.
have the antidote.
Here it comes.
Claire, what's happening?
Not now. Come on,
Not
Sherry,
now.
wake
Come
up.
on, Claire Bear.
Wake up. Please wake up. Claire?
It
Where
worked.
am
It worked!
I? Oh, Sherry. You're gonna be okay. Thanks, Claire.
It's over.
No. I have to find my brother.
You're right. This is just the beginning.
Here we go.
Goodbye, Ada.
No, 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 Leon Scott Kennedy. My boy thought he was safe. He was about to bid adieu to Ada. But little did he know, it was about to hit the fan.
What was that?
I love my crew and their new outfits. Good fits all around. Yeah, what was that? I don't know, Leon. Let's go find out with a rocket launcher. Because we have one round left over from the super tire.
This train will detonate. Repeat, this train will detonate.
How, like the train is now also rigged to
What's
blow.
wrong?
Like everything about this end of game is about to explode. The nest was about to blow. The train was about to blow. Leon's pants were about to blow. Like literally everything was about to happen. Whatever. So let's finish off G5. Okay. We're now gonna face off against G5. Oh no. This form of this thing, honestly, it would probably sadly be one of the most terrifying because it's so slow and just like grotesque to be pulling itself forward in this situation with these tentacles, these freaking flesh tentacles, when it just looks like a gaping mess of genitalia. For lack of a better word. Alright, so here we are. Get ready to rock this rocket launcher. Rocket right off. Yep. Thank you. Now we're going to go ahead and equip that Magnum. It's kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rounds of the Magnum and 1 rocket. That thing is dead as Dillinger, baby. Man's like, you go to hell, you die. So I've come to learn he's always in that animation. Hunkered over. At the end of the fight. So we out. We're ready to go. Let's be done with it, guys. Come on. Everybody give me the love. Give me the like. Give me the sub. Give me the credit to just be done with this damn thing. Because it's nuts. You get to this point, and you've been through it.
Train compartment
I handled Super Tyrant. I'm not gonna lie, I handled Super Tyrant super well.
Stop the train!
Not to sound like a jabron, but that was wild. And I felt like I kept moving. I did take a couple of parts away that I could have then done, but I also did some stuff I didn't have to do, even on a vanilla run. So, with this being the last scenario we had to complete before we move on to either,
Wonderful.
well, it's definitely going to be RE3 next. And
Sherry? What are you
my
doing?
thought ahead of that was, where am I going to go with Code Veronica? Because I have so many options with how I could play that. But we might be doing after RE3, and I know which system we're going to play that on. But
Which one's the
when,
right
I should say, not if, but when we do Code Veronica,
Leon!
everybody's in for a treat on that one. So,
Push the switch over there!
Got it!
all this stuff has been re-released so many times, so it's crazy. Sit back and see. I know I've been skipping all the FMVs, but
Finally.
I was kind of on a tangent on that one, so I had to just
I'm okay.
speak my mind.
Where's Claire? Claire? Claire!
Right here. I guess we all made it.
I don't know if anybody watching this had
Just won't quit.
purchased a Dreamcast when it first dropped or what, but I remember when I first saw that system and it looked like you had an arcade on your TV. Like, playing something like Soul Calibur when this first came out, it looked so incredible.
It's
You didn't
finally
get
over.
graphics like that at home.
Sherry.
And that's what the
you
Dreamcast
look
offered.
terrible.
It was like
No worse than you,
arcade
Claire.
produced graphics at
Come
home,
on.
which
Time
meant
to
a lot.
Now?
For people that
What's wrong?
like don't
Is
know
something
about like
following us?
arcades and what it
We
was
have
like
to
going to
go.
arcades,
Don't
the
have any
arcades
time to
always looked
waste.
better than what you had at home.
Go? Where?
So it was phenomenal when
Hey,
the Dreamcast
It's up
released.
to us to take out Umbrella.
Wait for the mic drop. How good they were able to make everything look, and it's important. I mean, it was stellar, and it came out in a time before the PS2 dropped, and what killed the Dreamcast was a system in the PlayStation 2 that had a DVD player attached to it. So, on the anniversary of its release, I'm happy to say that here we are in 2024, still celebrating and still playing on the Sega Dreamcast. This is not an emulator. We are literally on the OG hardware. And I know it's hard with the green screen, but I'm trying to hold that up so you can just see we are on the Dreamcast. And it is a time of, I think, a lot of hope in the industry. And when you see people reminisce on the Dreamcast when it came out, one of the things they talk about is the color palette that system had. And games don't look like that. They there was something to, and this was a great point that I read from somebody, there's just something to doing a water level, but it also feeling like tranquil, where it's relaxing, because you know water levels in anything are always brutal. But to see that and also feel relaxed as you see it, it's well designed, right? Because you know what you're in for. But then to do it and then to make it also relaxing as you know you're going to fail as you're doing it, that's kind of cool. So, it is what it is. So, at this point, guys, we've done Claire B, Leon A. We've done Claire A, Leon B now. So we've knocked off every scenario type the game will offer as far as just the story. We still have Extreme Battle Mode and of course Survivor and even Tofu stuff to play. We can save that for a future stream. We are in the heart of spooky season. It is burr season. We are now in September, October, November, December, all the burrs. We're going to run through those. And then we're going to do spooky stuff in between. So get ready for some of the future endeavors that we're going to jump on for the channel. So here we go. I'm going to guess this run 320. 234. Wow. I'm not going to lie. I will say I don't understand the concept of time, but also that was pretty nice for a B for me. So I'll take it. The remaining scenario items to unlock after you have the infinite rocket launcher. And who doesn't love hearing that sound? And my controller went to sleep on the Retro Fighter, so I have to reinsert that VMU, so hold on. It's always great when you hear the VMU after being loaded make the sound. And it gives this really loud shrieking beep. Kind of amazing. Look at that. Look at all the love we're still doing all these years later on a system this old. This always unlocks itself, so you just have to kind of... I'm half tempted to do a for Survivor run, but it's just getting later and later. So, just to give you guys a little bit of something before I dip. We will go through the 60 images, as we love to do. Once completing the game, this is our post hangout for Resident Evil 2 on the Dreamcast. So here we are. You see, it's an interesting thing. You have Leon in his RPD outfit, and they also have him in this like umbrella armor. But then you have these like kind of civilian costume looks for him. Like here and here and there. And then you have Claire, and this is kind of what we're left with, but I always think this is interesting because she has a wound on her leg, much like Leon gets from Annette, but it's on her leg, and it's all wrapped up. So I kind of feel like something was left on the cutting room floor as something was going to happen with Claire. And then there's the actual costume, and then there's kind of like the what they end up using for the bonus costume, but instead of the Union Jack, we clearly have the Queen reference on the back, and now that's your Elsa Walker and more classic Claire costumes. I always have been partial to this one. I don't know what it is about it. It's definitely not the sneakers because it totally screws up the color scheme. But I really like the jeans and the flannel with the sleeveless here. I think it's just classic. I think that would have been a great costume. And then we have Ada. And then this is Ada. Old concept art that ends up being used later on in Resident Evil 2. And I always think like that looks more like her Separate Ways look in Resident Evil 4 Remake. And these are all just kind of standard issues. Everything we've been over in the past several live streams. But here we are, guys. Like, let's be honest here. If anything, we love seeing this last live stream when you saw this concept art And this looks more or less like what they ended up doing in Resident Evil 2 Remake for the RPD first floor lobby, where you had the desk out front and then the opening in the back and then the stairs both dropping, where you don't have the ladder that you climb. No, you just have two seamless stairwells right there. So I guess probably with the limitations of the time, it made more sense to be able to go up a ladder and keep that one continuous area, as opposed to needing the loading areas that would be the steps on each side. That's my guess for how that turned out. S.T.A.R.S office, which actually is more like the RPD office. And as it looks like RPD homicide, if you look at that door on the left here, that's kind of teal. So that's pretty interesting. It wasn't even going to be the S.T.A.R.S office. That was just going to be an RPD office, and the way they took that. And I always think this is the dark room, safe room in the bottom right with the steps that you go up, and that's the second floor with the red jewel hallway leading to the S.T.A.R.S office. Chief Irons. Some of the stuff is just standard, but yeah, it's always cool to go back and look at it once you beat the game. So, all in all, I mean, I can't believe this, but let's be honest here. We have buzzed through Claire B, Leon A, Claire A, Leon B now. And it's been a ride. You guys have been fantastic. I really wanted to do this recording today, playing, you know, as we started out on this, but actually playing the Dreamcast version of Resident Evil 2, to be back on this system and playing this and kind of showing off everything that it is. I was very excited for that. And in saying so, the response and the interaction has been amazing. And big thanks to the community and everybody else that stopped by. And if you haven't already, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, ring that bell to get notified. Follow on with future content on the channel. You know we're doing Resident Evil 3 next. And we're going to do this in a progression system. And you'll catch on to how I'm doing it and how I'm doing it in the way they go one to the next. But it's going to be enjoyable, and there's going to be different wrinkles thrown in as we get through this. So thanks again for being here. Look forward to seeing and interacting with all you in future live streams. Check out some of the other content on the channel, and look at the socials, honestly. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you get on. I try to pepper all those with different content. And follow along. You can see what's kind of in the works for future live streams, or what I'm currently playing, what I plan on doing, and just kind of anniversary stuff, because I think it's good to celebrate these things, to understand like when they came out and what they were dealing with as they were released. So on that, I'm going to hop off. I look forward to the next one. I'm Seabash31. And as always, stay safe out there.